Okay, in this video, I'm going to start configuring my homepage, start designing a few blocks. I'm going to bring in some blocks that are already existing and show you how to customize those, as well as rearranging different content blocks. You may decide that some blocks need to be moved and how to do that. So in this case, I actually want to make a change to my navigation. I actually want my services drop down to be in front of About Us. So I'm going to go ahead and select here. And again, as I mentioned in previous videos, if you don't get the result that you want, hit undo and go up a layer so you're on the right layer. I know in this case, I need to go up one layer here. And then these buttons here are up and down. Basically, all you're doing is moving it up a layer or down a layer. So bringing it to the front, bringing it to the back. It could be, as well as shifting up an entire section. So in this case, I want to move my navigation over here. So I'm going to go up and I click it again, go back up. And now I have my navigation here. I'm going to go ahead and save. So now I have my services section where I want it. And here on the hero, I actually want to do a different block. So I'm going to go ahead and select my hero. I'm going to click the plus. So this is what I was talking about, right? So there's a hidden div here preventing me from hitting that little plus sign. I could still hit it, but it's annoying sometimes. That's why we have it up here too. So if you scroll over and you just don't want to have to kind of get it perfect, you can come over here to this plus sign and hit it. So I'm actually going to replace this hero with a totally different hero. I actually want a opt-in form because I'm building just a little website that we can put out there on paid ads for remodeling or whatever it may be. But I want to replace this, so I need to make sure I select replace and click this. And so now I have my opt-in form with my, call to action over here that I want. And I'm going to click out just so I can see what it looks like. And I can tell it's a little too far up, right? So I want to add some spacing in here. So what I'm going to do is click this. Now I have the whole thing selected. And I can come over here to style. I can come down here to margin. And I'm just going to, maybe 150 is enough. That's probably too much. Let's go 120. Closer. Let's do 100. Honestly, probably 80. It looks okay. As I mentioned, you can also go on to your mobile ones, right? Mobile and your tablet version and figure out if the spacing's right. I think that's pretty good. I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and save. Okay, so now I have that set. I can start bringing my text over. So there's a couple things when you're working with copying, pasting. You can certainly come in here and double click and paste in. You can also click over here and paste in like that. Of course, where I'm pasting from, there's no space there. And so you can do that and then go in and change, whatever you want as far as the color scheme and everything else. For this demo, I'm really just going to go through the different blocks that you can do, how to swap out images, and I'll come back for the text in another video, or at least as we've progressed further. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. Next, I'm going to go to the below block here. As far as your text, you put your text in, same thing. You can paste it in here. You can also paste it in there, just double click in there and change it out. So pretty straightforward. Images, I'm going to go ahead and upload a new image. So you just clicked up, as soon as you select the image, click on the upload new image, watch the video on how to manage the file manager. In this case, I'm just going to grab whatever image I have up here, choose. It's going to conform to whatever size your image is, but if you want the exact size, you can use the cropping tool inside the platform or inside the file manager when you edit your image. Or of course, if you are already doing this with some other tool, we have the suggested size you can do in there. But again, it doesn't matter. This is a totally different image. It's going to responsive change based on whatever size image you put in there that you need. Let me go ahead and grab another image. Choose. Come over here on this heading. So these are already set. Ideally, you would want a 140 by 140 image, but just like that, you can put that in and it'll automatically take the center of that image and resize it down to 140 for you. So okay, so let me grab this one, grab one more. I think I just used that one. Let's grab that one. Cool. And if, again, pretty straightforward. Come in here. You can drop your code in here. I'm sorry, your text in here if you don't want to come in here and paste in, because this will pick up some of your styles sometimes, especially if you're pasting from an external website. It's just, I don't know. To me, it seems like it's just so much easier just to paste in there, but up to you. Double click, paste in, type in whatever you want. Put in your links, right? So you can come over here and add your link to each one of these. I will, what am I doing? Upload. And I'm actually going to apply. So these already have the shadows. So I do love shadows. So you can apply different shadows to each of your images to kind of get that little flow there. Like that. And yeah, I think everything here looks pretty solid. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. Let's say at some point you want to bring this up. So as I did my navigation, same thing. So clicking in here, right? So you can see that it's selecting the big div. So I need to go up a div till I get what I want. And I go back up, now I'm there, right? So I know it's this div right here. I can just click this and go to the next, right? So now go back up. Now I'm here, right? And I can apply additional spacing that I need. Maybe I want to go up one more, and I'm going to keep going up. And there we go. So now I have that there, and I can add, additional stuff. I can come in here and apply. Let's say I want to add another layer here. Maybe I want to add the gallery. I can do that. Take that out. Not necessarily wanting that in there. And maybe I will add in, maybe this one will look okay. Right? So I can do that. So whatever, right? You can play with those blocks. You can also go into Bootstrap 5 and get your own blocks. And of course, you can come in here as well and use the components, right? So if you come over here to components, do grid row, and you want to go after, you can do grid row and kind of build out your own thing. Insert an image if you want. I'm in here and grab an image. I'm going to do an image before, put an image in there, go swap out my image to whatever I want. So you can start kind of building that out and then resize my image of how I want my column to go. I can change out my columns when you come into your grid row. So if you come up here, come to your content, you have all these additional, you can add another column, which will add it there. So you can build out your own custom, flows here. It's just so much easier to use what's existing. And of course, with the Bootstrap theme, there's so many elements that you can apply to this. And if you're starting with a design theme, it's even better because you have so many different page kits that you can use. But it's pretty straightforward. As far as how you get in here and edit and change and move things around. The next few videos, we're going to go through like embedding, setting up a blog, creating additional pages, embedding different widgets and things like that. Especially like your data forms, right? So if I want to use a data form that's already existing in my system, I have different ways of putting whatever form in here. So I'll show you how to do that. And yeah, so pretty much you can quickly build out each block here and get really creative and change whatever you want to change directly here in the system.